You know, one of the things that I hear when I'm speaking, people will go, what is your position on this? What is your position on that? And they talk about the economy. They talk about term limits. That's something I hear all the time when I'm out speaking. And the interesting thing is I've been a proponent of term limits, not an opponent, but a proponent of term limits for years. The president has term limits. Why shouldn't our U.S. congressmen or our U.S. senators or even our state senators and representatives, why shouldn't they have term limits? And the strange thing is one of the competitors in this race, he and I have argued about term limits for 3 years. And I've been saying that I wanted term limits, and he's been giving me several other people in politics have been telling me, well, you don't want to term out a good person. And see, my take is, yeah, you do. Because the longer they're there, the more likely they're not going to be a good term or a good person for the rest of their time. And people talk about, well, he's not squishy. Well, really? He's not squishy? Or he's not this, he's not that. Really? Our country is going down the tubes. It's time we get term limits. Let me tell you this. If I do my job correctly, when you send me to Washington, if I do my job correctly, and that is follow the Constitution, by every vote that I make, is it constitutional? Number two, do I represent the people of this district? If I do those two things alone, first of all, it's better than anything we've had in years. But the second thing is, if I do those two things alone, and my term comes up when it's, I don't know, 6 years, 8 years, 4 years, whatever that term limit is, when it comes time for me to leave the office, if I've done my job correctly, there's also someone waiting in the wings that will do nothing more than pick up that same banner and keep running with that same banner of serving the Constitution and serving the people. Period. And if I were to tell you, hey, this is the person that I know that I will stake my life on, that he or she will do the exact same thing of follow the Constitution, follow the will of the people, there's no way that they wouldn't be voted in, because that's what we, the people, deserve. And you're not going to have some political hack from over here or that part. Folks, this is bigger than the Democrat versus Republican. It's bigger than race. It's bigger than different nationalities. We've got to get rid of this hyphen. We got to stop being hyphenated Americans and get back to being Americans. And that means follow our Constitution, follow the will of the people, and then come back home. We don't need the lifetime pension to be paying for some person, especially in today's economy where we have people that aren't paying attention to the will of the people in the first place. Should we really be paying their lifetime pension when they didn't do the job we elected them to do? No. I'm not looking for that. I don't want it. I'm more than happy to come right back here and take little pills out of big bottles, put them in little bottles, and send them on down the line. That's what I do for a living. I'm working on my own retirement through my job and through my efforts here. I don't need that. I don't need the federal stuff. All I need to do is serve you to the best of my God-given ability and make your voice truly heard. And when it's over with, if you elect me for 2 terms or 4 terms or 3 terms, I don't want to be up there any more than 8 years. I will not be up there any more than that if you decide to send me back even 8 years. But my guess is if I'm doing exactly what you tell me to do, that's what you want. But at the end of 8 years, I don't care what the term limits are. If they're 10, 12 years, I'm not going to be up there for it. But when I leave, and you've got somebody that you know and that I trust with my life to do the same job, you don't have to worry about terming out a good guy. There'll be somebody there to pick up the torch and continue carrying it on. You deserve that. I demand it as a citizen and as a taxpayer. And I think we, the people, are all on the same page with this. We, the people, will be heard once again